Look, I'm back again with a video no one asked for, but we're going to do it nonetheless. And I think this might actually be enjoyable for a majority of people because, yes, I'm covering every 30 NBA teams. Why'd I say it like that? I don't know. So unless you support, I don't know, a Serbian basketball team, which credit to you, you should enjoy this video. And even if you do, you might enjoy this video regardless. What am I talking about? I don't know. I would like if you dropped a like on the video because it does help out a ton and it would be much appreciated and it doesn't take much time. And now I'm begging, but while I'm begging, if you could subscribe to the channel as well. Basically, if you haven't figured out by the title, I'm looking at guys that deserve more opportunity. But for one way or another, you could look at a guy that deserves more opportunity in the form of just playing time, someone who's been towards the end of the rotation. Just give him a chance. Or you could look at someone that deserves more opportunity in terms of role. And we're starting with, okay. It's Mo Bamba. Give Mo a chance 2021. He was the 6th overall pick, so you've got to get something out of him. He's looked good in preseason. 2 double-doubles in 3 games? Come on now, he put up like 20 and 15 on the Pistons last season, which was a G League team at that point in time. But still, he has shown some potential. He's 7'3". He was never going to come into the NBA, just hit the ground running. Orlando, what do you have to lose? He's either terrible, you lose games, you win because you get a high draft pick. He's either great, you probably still lose games, and you've got someone that could be great as a young piece for your future. So it's really a win-win situation. There is nothing you lose from giving Mo Bamba a chance. And then moving on to another athletic center that sometimes looks like he's either the best player on the court and an absolute world beater, or doesn't deserve to be allowed into the arena. And that's Jackson Hayes. Now, towards the end of the season, I would say he looked like he was better more often than not. He actually put up some productive games. He took players off the dribble occasionally, finished strongly, athletically. He does have the tools. Apparently he's been shooting lights out in practice, which literally everyone ever has shot lights out in practice and has had good preseasons and training camps. But I genuinely do believe it because he shot nearly 80% from the line last season. I watched him in some games, got a little bit of a stroke on him. Pause, but he's got a little bit of a stroke on him. You've got Jonas Valanciunas, polar opposites. So one of them is going to provide defense, versatility, youth, athleticism, could maybe close out some games. The other one is Jonas Valanciunas, talking about the Atlanta Hawks. And you could pick a few players. It would have been another center. I would have been 3 for 3 with centers, but I'm not because Big O is injured and I am still in a state of sadum, I don't know. Cam Reddish is the one that I want to pick because it's kind of obvious he was good in the playoffs. He could also, like Jackson Hayes, close out some games because he brings something different to maybe a Bogdanovic or maybe someone else of that nature. Isn't a consistent shooter, isn't the most consistent offensive player yet. Give him some reps, give him some chances, to close out games. Defensively, we know he can be locked in and has the tools. Now we're segueing into 2 players that are more known commodities, but also could still get more opportunity. One of those is Kristaps Porzingis. I've said it before, 25 and 10, second half of the season before last, post All-Star break, was looking like a menace on the court. Yeah, he was looking really good. Jason Kidd said it. I want Kristaps Porzingis. I know Kristaps Porzingis can be an All-Star. Have you ever looked at Jason Kidd and said, I do not trust your judgment? That is not how I should be trying to sell you on Kristaps Porzingis, but how about I do this? Didn't really get any opportunity to play his game in the playoffs. When he has got that opportunity, when he has stayed healthy, he has shown he is still actually a productive and good basketball player, and that's what I want to see. Just give him the opportunity from the ground running because Luka Doncic, as good as he is, you're still going to need someone else. And now speaking of someone who won't be a second option, maybe he won't be a third option, but I'm still going to talk about him like he could be. It's Mikal Bridges. Yeah, you might be thinking, Mikal Bridges, isn't he like the perfect 3-and-D guy? Wouldn't you want to keep him as that because you probably don't want to pay him like $30 million a year? The reality is he's going to get money one way or another. But what I am trying to say is Mikal Bridges has shown signs as a creator, taking players off the dribble, did it in the playoffs and the regular season. And Chris Paul is like 70 years old. He can't keep doing this. And they still really rely on Devin Booker and Chris Paul to create all of their offense, which isn't a bad thing because those are really good offensive players. But if you could give Mikal Bridges more regular season opportunities as a ball handler, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? The Lakers, Sekou, that's all I want to say. I don't have anything else to say. There's some other guys. It's Sekou. 2-way contract. The only reason I made this video. And then the Spurs, this is biased, and I don't care. It's Jock Landale. Think of Aaron Baines, but coordinated. He looked really good in the Olympics. He can slide his feet decent defensively. Just offers completely the opposite to Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl, great defender, really improves the defense, doesn't do really anything on offense. Well, not too much, relatively speaking. And then Jock Landau can stretch the floor, can post up, can do more things on offense. So give him a chance. I know he hasn't actually played yet, so you can't really say he deserves more opportunity, but I'm preempting this and I'm saying give him opportunity. Moving on to the New York Knicks. Obi Toppin looked like the second coming of Michael Jordan in Summer League. He's not going to look like the same in the NBA season, but he's looked pretty decent in preseason. Just a high-end draft pick that needs a little bit more opportunity. I know the Knicks have been good and they're still pushing for that playoff spot, so you can't really guarantee him anything like Mo Bamba. There is something to actually lose, unlike the Magic, but still, he's looked good enough to the point where you can put him on the floor and get a little bit of player development, but also not really lose anything because he's actually looked like a decent NBA player towards the end of last season and now in preseason and in the Summer League. The Bucks are a tough one. The Bucks are a tough one because they're pretty set. They're a championship team for a reason. Let's go Jordan Nwora. He's been fantastic in preseason and in Summer League. He put up numbers at the Olympics. Don't expect him to get a ton of playing time come the playoffs. You've got guys like Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. They can sit out games. Give Nwora a few starts. Give him a bit of opportunity because he has shown he's got flashes. And the Nets, similar nature actually. This one's a little bit more obvious. It's Nicholas Claxton. If you're a Nets team, you need defense. You need versatility. You need to hope Nick Claxton fulfills his potential sooner rather than later. And if he's not getting any minutes, not going to fulfill that potential. I think he's got potential to be a versatile defensive big that can help this team now, but he's not going to be that if he doesn't get any chances, okay? So stop giving it to guys like DeAndre Jordan, who are now not on the team, and give it to a guy like Nick Claxton. You're going to win enough games. You've got KD and James Harden, even without Kyrie. The Detroit Pistons, look, take your pick. Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart. Different reasons. Wouldn't mind seeing Sadiq Bey similar to like what I said with Mikal Bridges, a little bit more creation, a little bit more taking players off the dribble, because why not? Isaiah Stewart, if he could lock in a starting spot, which won't be easy because Olynyk is good, and I'm not saying he should just be guaranteed that starting spot for the sake of it, but that would be nice. That would be nice. It'd just be nice to see him get more consistent opportunities as a part of the offense and then still being that good defensive player, which he was. The last 15 games or so, he was towards the top of the league in blocks. So Beef Stew, he's got a little bit to offer that people haven't really seen. He's shown it in glimpses, taken a few players off the dribble. Give him a little bit more of that. Take your pick. The Pistons have so much talent. Oh my God, they're the best team, best young team. So just take your pick. Speaking of taking your pick, Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard. Terrence Mann I've talked about. He's kind of already going to get that opportunity. We've seen it in the playoffs, so I think that's too obvious. So I'm going to go with Luke Kennard because you paid him a lot of money. Let's remind ourselves how much they paid Luke Kennard to be a bench warmer last season, to wave a flag. Actually, he did a little bit in the playoffs, so I'm kind of discrediting that. But there were times where he wasn't playing during the regular season. You've lost Kawhi. You've paid him millions of dollars. He shouldn't be not playing any night in this regular season. That's all I need to say. Give him some more touches as well. He can run the pick and roll. He can create. He can do a little bit more than spot up and shoot. Yeah, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I watched him play and he actually has a little bit in his bag. Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey. It's a shame. I kind of wanted to see him as a starter, but we're not going to get that chance because Ben Simmons is reluctantly back in Philadelphia. At least we're not getting that chance just yet, unless that would be something if they benched him. That would be funny, but yeah, I just want to see Maxey get more opportunity as a ball handler and just show off what he's got. The Toronto Raptors, you're thinking I'm going to say OG Anunoby, aren't you? You would be wrong, because I've talked about him enough, and you already know my thoughts. Most improved player season loading, I've already banked it, and you've seen him in preseason. Come on, he's doing it for fun now. He's putting up numbers, and he's still going to be a defensive god. Let's give me Malachi Flynn. Let's why not? I don't have too much to say. I think he impressed me at times during last season, and he's done the same in preseason as well. He can handle the ball, he can create. You've got Goran Dragic now and Fred VanVleet, so it is a little bit crowded. So I'm just hoping his minutes don't drop off completely, but realistically, I just had to find another name that wasn't OG Anunoby because he is the man. He's going to get more opportunity. He's creating. He's doing everything for this team. The man's going to be an all-star. I'm banking on that one. Oh, the Miami Heat. I was going to say Tyler Hero. I actually kind of like Tyler Hero. I know. I actually kind of liked him. I'm like, he's someone that's kind of become underrated, overhated. You could pick any of those two words. Then he went out and said he was in the same category as Luka, Trey, and Ja. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Oh, I'm in the same category as Luka Tranger. So I don't like you anymore, but at the same time, you're still the best option out of the bunch. There's confidence. I appreciate that. You could say, oh, I hope or I think I can get to that same level. You can't say you're in the same level. Confidence, delusion. Tyler Hero, you're deluded, okay? The Boston Celtics, it's Time Lord. It's Time Lord. Al Horford comes in. Let's hope he doesn't lose opportunity. No, it's not Grant Williams. I know Celtics fans would love to hear that because I know Celtics fans, everyone that I've heard from, absolutely loves Grant Williams. I know it's a funny thing. They absolutely love him to death, but it's not. It's Robert Williams. So I'm going with the other Williams. Put up 9 blocks in a playoff game. If that doesn't tell you that he's got potential as an elite shot blocker and his block conversion rate or whatever it is, it's elite. The man has a lot of potential. Give him a chance. Al Horford is someone to learn off. The Chicago Bulls, I'm going with Patrick Williams. You can't really go with anyone else, can you? Because the rest of their starting lineup, we haven't seen them play. I liked what he did last season, had a really good rookie season. Hasn't been healthy in preseason, but hopefully he can get back healthy, and hopefully he can be more than just a guy that is there defending. That's kind of what I want to say with opportunity for Patrick Williams. Hopefully he can be more than just the guy that is defending everything, which he'll do well, but you still need to prioritize some of that development. He was the 4th overall pick, and actually, on that same line, I'm going with the 5th overall pick. Look at the segues left and right. It's Isaac Okoro. Isaac Okoro, another guy. They brought in some offensive players. Darius Garland, Colin Sexton are only getting better offensively. You can't lose sight of having Okoro as someone that can still run a bit of the offense because he showed off some signs second half of the season. I know it might be a few growing pains at times, but you're still the Cavs. Give him a little bit of a chance to still handle the ball. That's what I'm hoping for, because defensively, similar to Patrick Williams, we know what he's going to be. He brings the clamps, but just give him some more offensive opportunity. This is taking a little bit long, so let's skip through a few. The Wizards, Rui Hachimura, Japanese Jordan, was fantastic in the Olympics. I like him as a player. I want to see him get more opportunity. I know, I'm sorry if these are your favorite players, which I guess, yeah, tough scene, but I got to skip through a few of them. The Utah Jazz, it's Eric Paschall. He was all rookie first team 2 seasons ago. It's Eric Paschall. I don't have any more time to speak about Eric Paschall. Indiana Pacers, Goga Badatse. I don't know, man. Charlotte Hornets. Miles Bridges, this is a good one actually because he was really good the second half of last season. Averaged like 20 points a game on like 50, 40, 90 the last 15 games. So that just warrants opportunity. And you brought in guys like Kelly Oubre Jr. and some younger draft picks. I hope his opportunity doesn't get lost in the mix. I still believe he does have, maybe does he have all-star potential? Is that a reach? Can't really put a ceiling on these guys, but basically, if he can show what he did in the second half of last season, he's a very, very productive, efficient role player that can do a lot in terms of shoot off the catch, shoot off the dribble, catch lobs. Bridges! Okay, I'm moving on. The Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon. Interesting one. Could have gone Michael Porter Jr. When Bones Highland isn't putting up 35 points a game. Give me Aaron Gordon. You paid a lot of money for him. He's looked good defensively. Fits the team well, but Jamal Murray's out. Can we just see what he can do offensively in this setup with Jokic as someone who can pick and pop? Let's just see what Aaron Gordon can do. The OKC Thunder. I'm tempted to say Poku. I'm tempted, but I'm going to stray away, and I'm going to go with Theo Maladon. I've said this for a few players and actually a few guards now that I think about it, but Josh Giddey comes in. A couple of other guys have come in now. Trey Mann. I just hope Maladon and let's say Ty Jerome as well. I hope they don't lose minutes. Did I say that in a French accent, Ty Jerome? I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I'm deluded because I've been talking for 25 minutes. Call me Tyler Hero. That's what you could say, but Theo Maladon, where was I? Really good rookie season as a second-round pick. The best French point guard from the rookie season. Okay, now I'm trash talking my own players that I actually genuinely like. But, okay, Theo Maladon, just stop. Continue to give him minutes. That's what I want to say. This will make me lose my mind even more because it's the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm sorry, but if there was a team that was not fresh or exciting, it would be Portland. I'm sorry. It's a fact. But Yusuf Nurkic, he was really good a couple of seasons ago, could do more as a passer, as a post-up player, as a scorer. He started to stretch the floor, maybe. Everyone seems to start to stretch the floor in preseason. I don't know. Golden State Warriors. You expect Jordan Poole as well. But as I've shown you in this video, you expect one thing, I'm giving you another thing. I'm giving you Juan Toscano Anderson. Okay, that is a completely different thing. I don't even remember I wrote him down, but I did, and for a reason, because I saw someone come out with a depth chart. I forget what his name is, but he's an absolute fool. Hollinger, that's his name. He's a fool, but he came out with a depth chart, and Toscano Anderson was third in line. I just want to say Toscano Anderson doesn't deserve more opportunity than last season because he got a good opportunity, and I don't think it's going to increase, but continue to give him opportunity. Gary Payton II actually could be someone of that nature as well. Defensive-minded guys. Let's not forget, Warriors were the 5th-ranked defense last year. Draymond Green was a huge part, but guys like Toscano Anderson really help. We've only got a few more left. Stay with me. If you are still with me, you are a hero. That's what I would like to say, not Tyler. We keep referencing him, and we're going with the Kings. It's got to be Marvin Bagley. I'm not happy with it. No one's happy with it. He's not happy with it. Sacramento's not happy with it. His dad is definitely not happy with it, but he was the 2nd overall pick, regrettably, but I guess he's got to get an opportunity one way or another, and if it's not in Sacramento, it's going to be somewhere else. So give him one last chance. I know. The Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels, a little bit more positive about this one. Nice pickup by the Timberwolves last season. Timberwolves have offensive players, so they're going to need someone that can do something defensively. And Jaden McDaniels, bit of a Swiss Army knife, bit of an exciting player, can do a little bit of everything defensively, and then offensively, he has shown flashes as well. So I would like to see Jaden McDaniels continue to get that opportunity, and maybe even more. We've got 2 more teams. Let's get them out. Bang, bang, bang. Couple of second-year players, Kenyon Martin Jr. and Desmond Bane. Do I have to say too much? Kenyon Martin Jr. really impressed in the second half of last season. I've said it with a few players, but it's along the lines of, I hope he doesn't lose opportunity because a lot of guys have come in for the Houston Rockets. You've got Jalen Green, you've got Josh Christopher. I know they don't all play the same position, but just other guys taking minutes away from other places. You get the point. So I just want to see Kenyon Martin Jr. continue to get minutes because he actually was one of the more impressive rookies. He's still young, and he was a raw player coming in. And finishing off with the Memphis Grizzlies, it's Desmond Bane. I don't know, he's looked good at times where he can take the ball off the floor, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can do things like that. Oh my god, if you've made it to the end of the video, I'm going to end by saying Desmond Bane deserves more playing time and opportunity, which is why everyone has clicked off by this point in time, but I don't mind, because thank you for watching. If you have made it to the end, drop a like, have a great day, most importantly, bye.